One day, my mother told me that I was spending too much time with my friends. Her words caught me by surprise because, from my point of view, I was simply trying to enjoy myself. After so many hours of studying, I immediately felt trusted and I answered, but I'm tired of studying all the time. I wanted her to understand that sometimes I just need a break, that not everything could be books, exams, and responsibilities. My mother did not agree. She looked at me seriously and said, "You used to be more responsible, but now you don't care." Hearing those words hurt me because I didn't want her to think that I didn't care about school. Deep inside, I knew that she was right in some way. I had been less disciplined lately, but at that moment I was too upset to accept, and I replied quickly, "That's not true. I study but also need fun." Unfortunately, instead of calming the situation, my answer made her angrier. Then the conversation turned into a long argument that lasted for hours. During the discussion, my mother insisted, "You should study more, otherwise, you will fail." I felt that need to defend myself. So I said, "I was studying last night, but you didn't see me." She wasn't convinced and answered, "If you continue like this, you won't pass your exams again." I tried to argue, "But I'm not the worst student, I'm better than some classmates." She immediately regretted my excuse and told me firmly, "That's not enough, you must give your best." At the point, I admit that my effort was not the same as before. I said, honestly, I used to study harder, but lately I feel too tired and unmotivated." She looks at me with concern and warned me, "If you don't change, you won't reach your goals and you will regret." Even then, I keep trying to justify myself. Some of the friends study less than me and their grades are worse, so I'm not the only one with problems. But my mother, instead, "That's not an excuse. You must be more responsible than them." In that moment, I realized that our communication was failing. The more I defend myself, the angrier she got and the more distant we seemed. The problem was no longer just about studying, it was about understanding each other. I started to reflect on what was happening and concluded that I need to change the direction of the conversation. Instead of arguing, I tried to propose a solution. So I finally said, "Okay, I will create a study schedule." My mother seemed relieved by my words and answered, "Good, you need to study for at least 2 hours every day." I agreed and promised to take her advice seriously. During the following week, I actually began to study with more discipline. Surprisingly, I discovered that organizing my time made me feel better. I wasn't only studying more effectively, but I also had free time to relax without feeling guilty. After some days, I told my mother, "I have studied more since last week, and I feel better." She smiled and replied, "If you keep this habit, you will succeed." At the moment, and understood that her advice was not a punishment but a way of guiding me. I promised her I won't ignore your advice anymore. In the end, this experience taught me as an important lesson. Say to her, "No, I know studying as important as going out." She smiled and told me gently, "I just want the best for you." Those words made me realize that all of her insistence came from love and concern. From the day on, our relationship is starting to improve and feel more motivated to work for my future. Why did you choose this topic? I chose this topic because it represents a very real situation that many teenagers and young students go through with their parents. Conflicts about responsibility, studying, and free time are common, and I felt this example was best way to show how communication can be difficult but also necessary. It is a topic that connects directly with my life, and that is why I thought it was important to share it. Do you think it could affect again in the future? Yes, I believe this situation could happen again in the future because disagreements between parents and children are natural. However, I also believe that now I know how to prevent the problem from growing if manage my time better, follow my study schedule, and communicate more clearly with my mother. We can avoid long arguments and also understand that responsibility should not depend or accompany myself to others but one giving my best. That is why I think the situation will not affect me in the same way again because I learned to listen to organize my priorities and to value my mother's advice.